There's a quiet kind of battle that happens behind closed doors, not with noise or anger, but with the soft resistance of the body. You reach for a broom and your shoulder whispers a protest. You bend to pick something up and your knees argue like old friends who no longer see eye to eye. The world tells you that cleaning is simple, that it's just a task to be done. But when pain moves into your joints and stiffness claims your mornings, even a simple spill on the floor can feel like a mountain you don't want to climb. Still, the home you've built holds memories in every corner, and it deserves the small kindness of care, just as you do. I remember visiting an elderly neighbor once. Her name was Ruth. She lived alone in a small house that smelled faintly of lavender and lemon polish, though she hadn't deep cleaned in years. "I just do what I can," she said, smiling as she wiped the table slowly with a soft rag. "The rest can wait." And in that moment, I realized that cleaning at this stage of life isn't about keeping things perfect. It's about keeping things peaceful. It's about making small spaces feel safe and loved, even when your body won't let you do everything you once could. When you live with pain, whether it's in your back, your hands, or deep in the quiet places your doctor can't see, you learn that energy is sacred. You can't waste it on scrumming floors or chasing dust bunnies under the bed. You start searching for little tricks, gentle ways to keep things fresh and comfortable without pushing your limits. Not out of laziness, but out of wisdom. Because there comes a time when you learn that effort should be spent wisely, on things that bring you calm, not exhaustion. And that's what these lazy but effective cleaning hacks are really about. Not laziness, but mercy for yourself, for your body, for the home that still shelters your life story. It's about learning to care for what you have without punishing yourself in the process. A spray bottle becomes a friend. A long-handled duster feels like a small miracle. And suddenly, cleaning isn't a chore anymore. It's an act of gentle defiance, a quiet way of saying, "I still care." As we move forward, let's explore what it means to care for your space when strength doesn't come easily, when pain becomes a daily companion, and when the smallest acts of maintenance turn into gestures of courage. Because even when your hands ache, there's beauty in the way you keep trying, one soft, patient motion at a time. There's a rhythm to cleaning that most people never notice. The quiet hum of cloth on surface, the soft sound of water meeting wood, the patient circling of a hand doing something familiar. For many of us, that rhythm used to come easily, almost without thought. We'd sweep, mop, polish, lift, as though our bodies were made for motion. But when age or pain begins to rewrite the rules, that rhythm changes. The body slows, the breath deepens, and you begin to see that keeping a home isn't about speed or perfection anymore. It's about harmony. There's a kind of acceptance that comes when you realize your limits don't define your worth. You stop measuring your day by how much you've cleaned and start cherishing how peacefully you've lived. Maybe that's why some mornings, when sunlight spills across the kitchen counter and catches the dust in the air, you don't rush to wipe it away. You just watch it. The dust floating like tiny memories, each one a piece of time that's passed through your hands. You learn to let some things rest. Still, there's something deeply human about wanting your space to feel fresh, to smell of something kind, to feel uncluttered enough for your thoughts to breathe. And that's where the small, clever hacks begin to matter. You start finding easier ways to do old things. Maybe you keep a spray bottle of vinegar and lemon by the sink so you can wipe away spills without heavy scrubbing.
Maybe you use a grabber stick to pick things up so your back doesn't ache for hours afterward. Or maybe you simply clean one small area at a time, trusting that enough is better than perfect. Sometimes it's not about the tools, but the mindset. The soft permission to go slowly, to take breaks without guilt. You might sit down between each task and let your body breathe before moving to the next. That's not laziness. That's wisdom carved from experience. You've lived long enough to know that rushing through life never makes it cleaner, only heavier.
There's grace in learning these shortcuts. Grace in every adaptation that lets you live with a little more comfort. The truth is, cleaning when you're elderly or in pain isn't about maintaining appearances. It's about maintaining dignity. Every gentle wipe of a counter, every moment spent tidying the room you rest in, is a quiet way of saying, I still belong here. Because your space, your home, still deserves your care, just as you deserve its peace. And as you move through these small, steady motions, something beautiful happens. Cleaning becomes less of a burden and more of a meditation. It's not about making the house spotless. It's about finding a moment of stillness in the ordinary. A soft towel in your hand, the faint scent of soap in the air, the comfort of knowing that even when your body aches, you can still create calm. So maybe these lazy hacks aren't lazy at all. Maybe they're lessons in gentleness, small ways to honor your body and your home at the same time. Because life after 60 isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters with tenderness. There's a moment, usually quiet, often unnoticed, when cleaning stops being a task and becomes a reflection of how we care for ourselves. Maybe it's when you gently dust a photograph on the shelf, the one where your younger self is laughing beside someone you loved. Or when you smooth the wrinkles from a bedsheet and realize how many nights of rest that bed has carried you through. For those living with pain, aging, or disability, cleaning is rarely just about tidiness. It's a way of holding on to small rituals that remind you you still have control, you still have grace, and you still have the power to create beauty, no matter how small. Pain changes the way you move through your home. It teaches you patience, but it also asks for compassion, not from others, but from yourself. You begin to speak to your body with kindness, to forgive it for what it can no longer do. And in that gentleness, something shifts. You no longer see cleaning as a chore, but as an act of quiet resilience. Each soft motion, wiping, folding, arranging, becomes a kind of conversation between body and spirit. I know you hurt, but we can still make this space beautiful together. I once met a man named Henry, a retired school teacher who used to take pride in polishing his wooden floors every Sunday morning. When arthritis took over his hands, he couldn't do it anymore. One day, his daughter brought him a small cordless mop, lightweight, easy to hold. He told me later that the first time he used it, he cried. It wasn't about the floors, he said softly. It was about feeling capable again. That's what these hacks are really about. Not convenience, but dignity. The ability to do for yourself, even in the smallest ways,
brings a quiet joy that no one else can give you. There's a deep emotional truth in realizing that your home mirrors your spirit. When life feels cluttered, the smallest mess can feel overwhelming. But when you take 5 gentle minutes to clear a counter, open a window, or spray a touch of lavender oil into the air, something within you clears too. It's not about impressing anyone. It's about creating a space that reminds you of calm mornings and safe evenings. A place where pain doesn't define the day, but gentleness does. And if you find yourself cleaning slowly, resting often, doing half today and half tomorrow, that's okay. There's no shame in it. You've earned the right to move through your days with ease. The world moves fast enough. Your home doesn't need to. What matters is that each small act is done with care, with intention, with love. Not just for the space you live in, but for the person still living within it. Because beneath every lazy hack lies something sacred. The truth that even when your strength falters, your spirit does not. You are still capable of creating order, still worthy of comfort, still able to bring light to the corners of your life. Cleaning, in this sense, becomes something much more than maintenance. It becomes medicine. As the years move quietly forward, something tender happens in the way we understand work, especially the small, daily work that once seemed invisible. You start realizing that cleaning isn't just about wiping away dust. It's about clearing space for peace to enter. Each gentle act, done with patience, carries its own wisdom. Maybe it's the realization that a small, reachable goal, like keeping your favorite chair clean or your kitchen counter clear, can bring more calm than a spotless house ever did. Maybe it's learning that slowing down doesn't mean giving up. It means giving meaning to what remains. There's a kind of humility in this understanding, the humility of knowing that life, like a home, doesn't need to be perfect to be beautiful. You may not be able to scrub the floors on your hands and knees anymore, but that doesn't take away from the love you pour into your home. Sometimes it's enough to light a candle, to open a window, to tidy one corner and let the rest wait. Because care is not measured in effort alone, it's measured in intention. A clean home for someone living with pain is not one without dust, but one that still feels gentle and safe to live in. It's also here, in this season of life, that you begin to appreciate the little helpers, the tools and tricks that once seemed unnecessary but now feel like small blessings, the lightweight vacuum that saves your back, the cleaning wipes that let you freshen a table without filling a bucket, the long-handled grabber that lets you pick up what falls without bending. Each of these small things carries a kind of quiet grace, proof that it's okay to accept help, even from an object. There's wisdom in letting life get easier, in not fighting every inch of the way just to prove you can still do it all. Because the truth is, independence doesn't mean doing everything alone. It means finding ways to keep your life manageable even when your body disagrees. It means asking for help when you need it and giving yourself permission to rest when you must. Cleaning, in this way, becomes symbolic, a mirror of how we learn to live with pain and age, not by resisting it, but by working with it, finding gentler paths through familiar routines. And perhaps that's the real hack no one talks about, the understanding that care doesn't have to be hard to be meaningful. The soft rag, the slow movement, the choice to clean just one small space, these aren't signs of weakness.
They are signs of grace. You've spent your life giving, doing, rushing, and now life invites you to care for yourself with the same devotion you once gave to others.
Your home doesn't need to sparkle. It just needs to feel like peace. And every small effort, even the ones you call lazy, adds up to something bigger than cleanliness. It becomes comfort. It becomes love made visible. There comes a time, somewhere between the aches and the quiet afternoons, when you stop chasing the idea of a perfect home and start embracing the feeling of a peaceful one. The clutter doesn't bother you as much anymore, not because you've stopped caring, but because you've started understanding. Life, like dust, will always settle again. What matters is not how spotless things appear, but how gently you choose to live among them. When you've lived long enough, you realize that real cleanliness is not only about shining surfaces, it's about lightness in the heart. You walk through your home now with slower steps, noticing the little things that once escaped your attention. The way the sunlight spills across the floorboards, the way the curtains sway with the afternoon breeze, the way your favorite chair welcomes you after a small victory of sweeping or wiping a counter clean. The air smells faintly of lemon, soap, and something softer, something like ease. Maybe that's what wisdom smells like, the scent of calm earned through years of learning when to push and when to rest. Sometimes you pause to look around and realize that your home has changed, not in shape or style, but in energy. It feels quieter, more forgiving. You no longer see undone tasks as failures. You see them as life's pauses, reminders that not everything needs to happen at once. The dishes can wait. The floor will still be there tomorrow. You too deserve to rest tonight. And when you wake, the world will still open its arms to you, softly, like a room that's already halfway clean.
Cleaning, in this stage of life, isn't a battle to conquer disorder. It's an act of grace. It's about making peace with imperfection, with the body's slower rhythm, with the truth that even when your hands tremble or your knees ache, your spirit is still strong enough to create beauty. Every small effort, the folded blanket, the wiped counter, the swept corner, becomes a quiet prayer of gratitude for what you still can do. You begin to see that your home, no matter its size or state, is simply a reflection of you, still standing, still cared for, still alive with warmth. And maybe that's the message this whole journey leaves behind, that the gentlest way to clean your home and your heart is to move slowly, kindly, and with purpose. To forgive yourself for what you can't do and to celebrate what you can. Because growing older, living with pain, or moving through disability doesn't take away your ability to care. It simply teaches you to care differently. So as you put away your cloth, rest your hands, and let the quiet fill the room, take a moment to breathe in the calm you've created. It's more than cleanliness. It's peace made visible. And maybe that's the message this whole journey leaves behind, that the gentlest way to clean your home and your heart is to move slowly, kindly, and with purpose. To forgive yourself for what you can't do and to celebrate what you can. Because growing older, living with pain, or moving through disability doesn't take away your ability to care. It simply teaches you to care differently.
So as you put away your cloth, rest your hands and let the quiet fill the room. Take a moment to breathe in the calm you've created. It's more than cleanliness, it's peace made visible. And maybe growing older isn't about the years we've lived, but the gentleness we've finally learned to give to our homes, our bodies, and our own hearts.